Can you be the only show in town? That's what I want to talk about today. Can you be the only show in town? Absolutely, you can be the only show in town in your personal injury market. One of the easiest ways to be the only show in town is to be an expert in ligament injuries. Ligament injuries are the #1 cause of chronic pain and disability in the world today. The average doctor in the market does not know how to work them up. They don't even begin to have a clue on how to assess the severity of the damage from a simple ligament injury. Now, this provides a huge opportunity for you in the market, but you have to take advantage of the opportunity. You really do. A lot of doctors actually will sit and they see it, but they sit on it instead of getting out and talking to everyone that they know. See, one of the things that I realized in my private practice is when I understood that I could determine the severity and location of a ligament injury, and I understood that I could do this in 1995. In 1995, I realized there was only 2 modalities that I needed. One was excessive motion testing with x-rays. So I needed to know how much back and forth motion there was in the vertebra. Because when vertebrae are damaged, and the ligaments are damaged, it causes excessive motion. It's very, very easy to diagnose. And I made my living on excessive motion testing. Now you could also, the other ligament that gets damaged is the disc, and you can't tell it on excessive motion testing. Although if you understand excessive motion testing today, if you have excessive motion in extension in the cervical, and I'm going to assume the lumbar spine, the research is only on the cervical, but it would basically make sense that it would also be in the lumbar spine. If you have translation findings that are excessive in extension, then it's highly sensitive and highly specific for ruling in or ruling out disc herniation. If you don't have it, you probably don't have disc herniation. If you do have it, there's a good chance you have disc herniation. You got to kind of look at what the market has been doing for a very long time. It's basically been saying, oh, I'm an MRI person. If there's no disc herniation, there's no problem. If there is a disc herniation, there is a problem. That disc is there's 23 discs. There's 220 specialized ligaments. Ligaments that can generate pain, ligaments that can generate disharmonious muscle activity and lack of support in the spine. Ligament injuries that can cause excessive motion, that cause continuous irritation, continuous inflammation. Ligament injuries that cause instability, that cause premature degenerative change. All of that is real and true, but can you diagnose it? Because if you can, you're one of the only doctors in town that can. Once you can talk to surgeons, you can talk to orthopedists, you can talk to doctors of physical therapy, you can talk to GPs, you can talk to the Kiwanis Club, you can talk to the Lions Club, you can talk to the Moose Club, you can talk to the schools, you can talk to employers, you can talk to unions, you can talk to anybody you want to. You literally become the only show in town. But you got to get out of obscurity. No one knows you. No one knows that that's true, that you can do these things. So you got to come out of obscurity. In my Smart Injury Doctors program, we have tons of materials. Doctors typically are underutilizing them, but we have videos, we have social media posts, we have posters for your clinic, we have blogs, we have written blog write-ups, we have webinars, we have PowerPoint programs to be able to go out and explain these different things. You gotta get out and start talking about it. The #1 thing that people do not have today that are in chronic pain is an accurate diagnosis. They don't have anybody who's got to the cause of the problem. Everyone out there is treating symptoms. Symptom, 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 symptom. And until you get to the cause of the symptom, you're not going to make a dramatic change in the person's life. Plus, until you get to the cause of the condition, you're not going to understand what you can do to help that person to control their own situation, to actually improve themselves. I mean, what kind of recommendations or what kind of exercises should you have for people who have spinal ligament injuries, that have spinal instability? What should they be doing at home? What kinds of things would be helpful for them? Well, those are things that smart injury doctors are intimately aware of, so that they can help as many people as they possibly can. Because if I'm going to be wanting to help people, I want to be in a market where there's a lot of people that have the same problem, right? If I'm incredibly good with diabetics, then I got a huge market because there's so many diabetics in the market. When I am an expert in ligament conditions. Ligament conditions are the #1 cause of chronic pain. Nobody in the market today does not know somebody that's suffering from a ligament condition of the neck or the lower back, or suffering from headaches. I mean, if you travel past 1,000 houses today to get home from work, 250 of those houses have chronic migraine headache sufferers. What are you looking at? You're looking at a ligament condition, generally at the base of the neck. That's what you're looking at. If you take an A to P open mouth lateral bend, you'll see them. If you take flexion extension x-rays and look at C2 on C3 or C3 on C4, you'll see the ligament damage. You'll see it right there. But there's so few doctors that even know how to do it. It's a monopoly if you know how to do it. That's why I created the Smart Injury Doctors program, was to help doctors to understand that there is a market within a market. There's a niche within a niche, and it's a fantastic niche. All you got to do is learn about it, understand what you don't understand, apply what you now understand, and the market is yours, baby. It is totally yours. You just got to go after it. So it is possible to be the only show in town. If you're interested in understanding more about that, go to smartinjurydoctors.com. For those of you that already know about it, get out there and start communicating. And it doesn't have to be complicated. Look, we are able to get to the root cause of most chronic spine pain, where most doctors fail. The reason why your aunt, your uncle, your brother, your sister, or you still have your problem is no one has gotten to the cause of it. That's what we specialize in, getting down to the cause of the problem. Doctors, if you can do that, you are the only show in town. It's a very limited amount of people in town that can do what I just said. So take advantage of it. Do it. On these podcasts, I go straight to the point, short, point. Hopefully this helps you to think or to change the way you're thinking. If you have any questions, concerns, problems, things you agree with, don't agree with, put them down below. And thank you very much for your time, and I look forward to seeing you on the next podcast. Thank you.